Hello. We are playing against the Chaos Dwarfs. Slightly low team value, so I'm expecting them to get a wizard and a babe, I'm sure, or... who knows? Let's see. Don't recognize the coach name, but then, I don't recognize a lot of coach names. Let's see what they're doing. Strength Hobgobbo. That could be good in the future. They got Dirty Player. Got a Break Tackle. They took Break Tackle first, interesting. And then a few guards. I'm probably doing good. Okay, yeah. We're giving them, 200k. Let's see what they do with it. I guess a wizard would be bad. I don't know, whenever I play against Undead, I feel like bribes and stuff aren't really worth it, but I guess they do work. Especially if they know how our regen record is, because our regen record has not been good. Had a lot of games where nobody regens, so... but you know what? You gotta remember, that's just random happenstance, and that can... every game is a new game. Could be different, right? This light's a bit aggressive on me, I'm just gonna... drop it down a little bit. There we go. Let's make sure everything is recording okay. Looks like, hopefully it is. Good. Hey, Cryo. How goes? Playing against Chaos Dwarfs today. Oh! Wow! Okay, they spent big. They better hope nobody dies on their team. Good payoff. It's playing some Star Wars. Now... Star Wars games wise, I've not really played a lot of Star Wars games, I don't think. Which one are you playing there? Knights of the Old Republic. Okay, okay. I know of it, but I don't know why I've not got into playing any Star Wars games. I know there's some that are very highly regarded and some that are... one or two of the recent ones that have not been as highly regarded, but... we should probably go on offense, right? Yeah, we should. So, Grashnak. Grashnak is a solid pick there. In fairness, but boy, he spent a lot of his money. Maybe he looked at our record and said, well, he's got more wins than losses, so let's spend on this one. Our record's not amazing, obviously, but it's reasonable. Grashnak could work for him. If we get the chance to knock him over, probably worth it. I suppose he's good against the mummies. So just going to give us some basic Chaos Dwarfs. But yeah, maybe we'll try and... we'll see how it goes, but if he kind of comes in hard, maybe we try and use one... we'll keep our mummies close together, and he'll probably hit one of them, and then we use the other one to knock him over, and then we bring in Mr. Fowley, wherever Mr. Fowley is. There he is. Did we lose a ghoul? No, we're still okay. Oh, we got tackle. Okay. RPGs. Okay. Yeah, I do like RPGs. That's good to know, and I do indeed have Steam. That's what I play on here. So what did we must have lost something, maybe. I feel like we don't normally have two regular guys on the bench. Maybe it's because we keep having somebody sit out. Or maybe I readjusted my team and it's putting somebody out. Not sure. Let's see. I think I am going to try and hold the ball with the guard guy, if things allow. And we'll just do the usual thing up front, where we try and smack these guys around. Let's see, so we'll pop you. Tackle's not going to be super useful. Pop you there. You there. And I guess I'll try and hit the bull centaur if things allow. Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, we'll do it this way around. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Well, that kind of worked out for him in a way. Although I suppose in other ways, not so much. I guess we could do a 1-2 blitz on this guy now. Very nice. We will stay. Nothing happening there, really. Let's drop a guard in here. Drop this guy in here. I didn't even look where the ball went. Okay, there it is. We'll drop our guard in here. 3 dice. Oh, that's a bad old 3 dice. Yeah, we're gonna have to burn the reroll on that one. Sometimes the 3 dice doesn't work out. It's gonna happen every now and again. We're just gonna have to hope that it doesn't hurt us too bad. I don't think I want to foul any of the guys on the front line. I'd rather hold on to my chap here for something better. Let's see if we pick up the ball. I'm going to leave this guy back here just in case this goes wrong and we need him to help out again. Trying to work out what he's most likely to do here. I feel like he's gonna want to hit this guy, so let's try and make that as scary as possible. Oh, hang on, but... yeah, he can't come through anyway, so yeah. So reroll use not the best, but we do have a couple turns to get some position here. Well, I'm really feeling like he's gonna want to hit this guy. The fact that he's doing this already makes me feel, yeah, he really wants this. Obviously, it's a big old frenzy trap, so he doesn't want to roll pushes on the first one. We might have set up enough guard here to put him off and go for something else. Okay, he's coming around the corner after our blodge. Or Rog. But that's going to be a frenzy trap as well. 4, 5, 6, because it's going to be a GFI if he doesn't knock us down first time. Well, he knocks us down first time, so there you go. Didn't expect him to go for that, because it was a bit risky. When will I ever learn? I wonder how much he'll move in there. I wonder if he'll come in hard. One, 2, 3, 4. Not quite close enough. Yeah, I really didn't expect that level of commitment to blitzing him, because obviously the GFI is a bit risky with Loner. Had it been pushes on the first one, which is pretty likely, then we could have he could have been in trouble, or had it been like a wrestle option, Could have rusted him down, and that would have been excellent foul potential. We just drop back and foul him. Okay, he's decided to just come in with all the guard. We do have a reasonable amount of guard ourselves, so we'll see if this pays off. And you know, the mummies can kind of bring their own level of, you know, they can kind of punch guard into place sometimes as well. Guess he wants us to go this way, which I don't necessarily mind. Because he's put a lot of guys on this side. I don't know if he's... what he's trying to protect against, potentially. Two, three, four, five, six. Be better if it was this guy. I guess we're coming this way. Nope, don't want to try and catch that on a zombie. Oh, that's nice. So yeah, I think we punched this way. I guess arguably we could do that. Don't trust... I hate how little I trust two dicing with stuff now. Let's see, that would only be a 1 dice to hit that guy. Okay, not what we're looking for, but it does move us in the right direction. Nice. Follow. Ooh, look at that. Is he going to play the aggressive Apo? No, he's not. Okay. Let's see. Could get the 3 dice in here. If it doesn't work 2 turns in a row, that would be pretty impressive. Yes, you want to follow? Ooh! Does he? No, he doesn't go for that one either. I mean, technically he's still on 11 players, so, I mean, that's worth bearing in mind. But boy, was that a solid turn there. This guy technically could reach us. Oh, boy. Okay, this is some of the best armor rolls I've ever rolled in 1 turn. So we'll just pop him here to help it not be a 3 dice if he decides to go nuts. I think we're done there. What a crazy turn. 3 Chaos Dwarfs out in 1 turn. That is an absolute dream. I don't know how many of them were... Oh boy. Is he gonna learn of that? He did learner it. Oh, why does it work? Okay, didn't get anything out of it particularly there. Yeah, who did those blocks? So we had... Pike. We had Gar. So I think Pike and Gar, are they our 2? Gar and Pike. Okay, so 2 of them were our mummies in fairness. So 2 Mighty Blow hits and then the zombie hit for the KO. So not as... I mean, still pretty unusual. Definitely very, very helpful swing in the half. Very useful. And honestly, quite a relief after how things have been for us lately. It's nice to actually get some injuries going. Is that a 1 dice against Blodge? Okay, maybe he's a little inexperienced as well. Because that's an unusual decision. Follows it up, which means we can potentially get a counter hit in as well. And they're not the best foul I've ever seen, but I guess, you know, trying to swing things back in his favor. Yep, that's how it goes. Don't concede on me. Oh. Yeah. I think fair to say that we called that. I was slightly surprised he didn't concede after the second Chaos Dwarf injury. Oh, it's so sad though. Oh, Gar nearly leveled up with that. Oh, and a nice level up on Xander. Okay, that's actually really, really good SPP despite how the game went. Wow. Okay, normally I cut off the game, but we've only... Yeah, that was like a, what, 10 minutes? 15 minutes? So let's go ahead and level up. And jump straight back in. Level you up. Oh boy. Agility on a... I think we're gonna pass up the agility. Agility on the Mighty Blow just is not... It's not where it's at. I mean, obviously there's good uses for it, right? I mean, it is good. Oh boy. But I don't think it's good enough to warrant... No, I don't think it's good. I don't think in this particular situation, if it was on the guard one, I would probably take it. But I think on this one, we just continue down the path of standard. I'm sorry, everybody. It feels wrong to pass up agility, but trying to build it sensibly here. And I think we already upgraded our stadium, so we could buy an enhancement now. Yeah, you agree, Cryo, with the piling on over the agility, even though it's agility? Right, and pitch invasion, kickoff events cancelled. We could just do one like that. We don't have frenzy on this team, so I don't think the beer stand. During inducements phase, both teams receive a bribe at no cost. Nope. Kind of want to go for one of the playing surfaces just because it looks different. Throw a rock and get the ref. Get the ref kind of works for us. We don't have a lot of cheap star player options, so I feel like that's just helping other teams. The Magic Dome kind of makes sense. Yeah, I feel like the pitch invasion one is maybe the worst, right? Pitch invasion and riot. Yeah, I think we'll get the security gate. We have to remember though that means we're not going to get riots, so I'm not going to remember it, of course. But I need to remember, try and remember not to get too excited when, oh boy, that pushed our team value up. We don't have anything great. Oh yeah, we do have an extra player, so we need to get rid of Minnow. Okay, save a bit of team value, and then find an opponent. 21 seconds, nice. Yeah, it's true. I feel, yeah, Riot is better for faster teams, right? I mean, it can help us out, but it's better for other teams. Yeah, that was my theory. I need to go for the murder. Whoa, this is a big old. human team. Oh wow, nice, yeah. Caught that uncertainty. And I'm still recording, I believe. Yep. Let's make sure I'm doing what I'm doing. 460k. Ay. Why did it match us up against this insanity? I mean, there's too much here to work out what's going on. How are they doing? Oh, all over the place. Okay. I guess we better look at the star players, eh? I mean, there's this cool vampire one. Strength 5 block sidestep vampire who's pretty snazzy. We could go for a second mummy. A wrestle mummy? I guess he's got the break tackle, so he's kind of a ball sacker. I mean, there's chainsaw. So much going on here. So much going on. Yeah, I don't think I get Wilhelm. Wilhelm would be really nice. Okay, probably not him. Maybe him, strip ball. Oh, no, it's humans. Kind of like in one of these big ones. Strength 5, like a vampire, seems pretty good. Hypnogaze could be really helpful. And then maybe a bribe to keep our guys on. Yeah, that's what we're going with. We're gonna try Count Luther. Yeah, I didn't get the wizard. We did want a wizard, but I went for the big guy instead. I feel like when you've got that much TV difference, you need more time to think. That's a lot to go through. But I think we're gonna go for I think I like the vamp. That gives us 3 strength 5s. He's got block, so he's not a slouch either. Maybe we could have gone for a wizard, a babe, and the strength 4 undead guy. I don't know. There he is. I kind of wanted to do the 3 mummies as well. Strength 6 mummy sounds kind of fun. And I think we go on offense here. See what we can do. So, what stat ups has he got? He's got a plus strength lineman. This team is so busted as well. He's got an agi thrower. And he's got a movement 9 catcher who's really good. Ogre is just solid, but movement 4. Yeah, movement 6. This guy's real nice. Rookie catcher, Russell. This guy is kind of nice. We need to be careful about him. He could lose us the game if we forget he's got, whatever you call it, dive and tackle. Strength 4 tackle. Bend. Interesting. I mean, there's nothing... Why is his team value so high? 4 rerolls is maybe one part of it. His team value is... I mean, I guess he's got a lot of levels, right? Doesn't feel like he's got as much out of it as one might want, though. But, you know, it could work out nicely. So, who are we going to try and get the ball on? I think we're still trying to... Whoops. How did I switch him out? There we go. Still trying to level up this school, which is never going to happen. Definitely need to be conscious of the riot this time. Hang on, not the riot. We got riot and pitch invasion. Okay, not the riot. I mean the... You know what I mean. What agility is he? Agility 4, okay. Kind of want to leave him back for the moment. We'll pop a guard in there. On this side. So we got a good hit there. Want somebody on this side. Got the 3 dice there. Pile on here. Get you out here. You out here. And this guy back here in case we need him. Open on the line. Okay, okay. I was not ready for this game, but it should be interesting. Is this so? This is our place, I guess. Bullhead is one of ours. I guess we should have gone for throw a rock. Oh dear. He can't really reach the ball from where he's at. Let's pull the vamp back just in case. Oh, there's me doing a bad move right off the get-go. Supposed to be a 3 dice, but I did the wrong thing first. We will follow on that. Okay, that's nice. We will follow on that. What do we get? A stun, so we'll pile on. No deal there. 3 dice here. We will follow for protection again. Another stun. I guess we'll hit a catcher. Very nice. Don't really want our ghoul getting hit, so we'll retreat him. He might get hit anyway. Very nice. Okay. KO. We'll take that. And we'll just drop that guy in to protect the back here. We'll drop this guy in here temporarily. So they can't come on through if this fails. Which it doesn't. Let's see. I think coming in here should be okay. Alright, let's see what he's going to throw back at us. So we got 1 out, but 3 stuns, so... I guess armor break-wise, pretty good start. But obviously we want to be making much more of a dent than that. May or may not come to pass. He has a strength, high strength here. I wonder if he's going to try and bring in guard and... Nope, okay, never mind. Going after the kicker. Not using a reroll. This guy is the most susceptible to injury person ever. It's almost worth firing just because we don't trust him. Does he have bloodlust? Doesn't have bloodlust. I guess that wouldn't work for him to have bloodlust, so... okie dokie. Okay, I have ideas. Got the old hypno gaze off. Pop him in here. Very nice. Stay. Should I have stayed there? I'm not sure I should have stayed there. Maybe I should. Very nice. Can't get a... we'll just mock him there. One, two, three, four. Okay, no deal there. Now we move in to try and protect a bit. Not making use of this foul at all. We need, I mean, of the bribe. Need to get that going. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna get some counter knockdown because we didn't knock this guy down, unfortunately. So you can just bring a guard in here if he wants to get a... Well, hang on. Yeah, so he's got a 2 dice there. And then he'd have a... could easily get a 2 dice here. Hang on, if he gets that down... Okay, can't really easily come through. Maybe I was a bit risky here, though. Bonehead failing is excellent, because that really limits what he can do. So he's going to go this. Push him down here. No, push him in there. I guess this guy's gonna hit him as well. I guess he wants to get a hit on here. It's only a 1 dice as of right now, right? Because there's a guard on each side of him. It looks like he's going for it anyway. Okay, he's gonna dodge him around for the extra guard. Yeah, I think he's gonna dodge him around and then come in and hit. Okay, so he's gonna come around that way and then hit down this way. Fair enough. Will he reroll for the, No? Okay. Very restrained. Dodge away, maybe? He could probably just leave him there, honestly. Otherwise I'm getting a 3 dice on this guy. Alright. Pop him into here. And follow. Okay. Nice. He will just stand firm, so we'll do this here. Hypnogaze this guy. Okay, nothing doing there. So what have we got? Everyone's got dodge. No dice. That's going to be a 1 dice right now. Nice. Let's see. Follow. It's not the best foul in the world because of this guy, but we'll go ahead and do it. We've got a bribe. Okay, just a stun. That's pretty solid in its own way. So if he gets one of these guys up, he has 2 dice on the ball here, which will let him come in. So he definitely has a chance at the ball. Or I guess he could do this, and then try and get in. Tackle's over here. And stun, so... that's something. Yeah, he actually made it harder for this guy to get around in the end. Not getting any removal, unfortunately, which is the downside here. Ooh. Going for the brave block there. What does that allow him to do? Okay. Is he going after this guy? Still only a +1 strength there. Or is he thinking of dodging through? Looks like he might want to one dice the white. He's thinking through his options. I probably shouldn't comment on every single thing he's doing. Okay, he's one dicing the... Oh, it's a 2 dice. Why is it a 2 Oh, because this guy isn't based. Fair enough. Is he gonna try and base the ball? I guess. Alright. I guess we need to see what happens here. Very nice. This seems to make the most sense as well. Oh, not great, not great. So now we need to bear that in mind. Okay, you can't get there, can you? Oh, I could use him there, though. Not great, not great. You're just gonna have to base him up, I think. Need at least to push here. You should never say I need something. Should never ever say that. So as of right now, he's got a 1 dice on here. He could improve that. Imagine he's going to 2 dice this. He can definitely get at least a 1 dice here. Oh, he's on guard. Okay, that's tricky. Well, he could get a 1 dice by doing a blitz out backwards with this guy, and then maybe with a chain push, could push into this guy who moves here, and then blocks him back. If this guy stands up, he could get a 2 dice doing that, so... It's not a terrible idea, or he could maybe... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... It's a lot of moving. Okay. Gives him the 1 dice. Okay, he's gonna dodge out to get the 2 dice. And then that does leave this guy free to pick up the ball. So using this guy makes sense. That's real good for us. Just in terms of retrieval, if the ball does come loose here. So now he's got the 2 dice. 2 dice works. Not the best retrieval place for him. It's going for it anyway. Okay, he's not. That's probably sensible. No reroll used either. Great turn in that sense. So he's got 2 guys on the ball. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Oh, I wish I had not stood this guy up there. Nice. Okay, that's more like it. Let's see. This has been quite the half. It's not gone the best, if we're being honest, but there is a lot of skills going on for the humans, and we've not managed to remove until this turn anything particularly. Scouting the ball makes sense. We got 5 guys around it. That was a worrying moment there, eh? It's fair enough. Okay. Okay. It's going to be one of those games. What was the injury? Oh, it was a 1. Okay. Go on, fail something for me. Boy, there's so much potential for chaos here. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, the armor break is the worst. I needed this guy's guard. Okay. No dice there. Got rid of some unfortunate both downs though. Okay, so if we hit this guy, who do we hit where? Okay, we could actually... Okay, yeah. Obviously knocking him over there would have been extra great. Can we make this better? Might be better off doing this. Oh, give me something. It's not giving us any knockdowns. So if we push him here, I think we can get another go at this. Okay, there we go. He's just outdoing us in guard all over the place right now. Yeah, that was not weirdly enough, not really where we wanted it to go. We just got so many pushes there. Yeah, both down, push, push, both down, push, push, both down, and then we finally got one. Yeah, this is a bit of a problem. Okay, that is at least in a better place, but he can push back onto it again, see where it goes. Another knockdown. Okay. he gets this guy up, he actually has a 2 dice on the mummy as well. He's feeling confident now, though. Moving that catcher is kind of a sign of confidence. Yeah, this needs to be your next thing. Just get this guy up, right? What am I missing here? Is he wanting to blitz here? Is he going to 1 dice this and then see if he can blitz here? Kind of take the greed? Okay, that's the more sensible way of doing it. It's another risk taker and it's working. I mean, 2 dice against with block aren't the worst, in fairness. But we needed that because we needed this guy to come and make the blitz. Let's see. Oh, the powers. Nice. You have stand firm. No, we need to prevent this getting out, really. Why? Oh, that's so rough. Obviously, that was a bit of a calculated risk, but boy, did it. I mean, yeah, that didn't really pay off. It's a strength 4 guy. It could be worse. Harsh. I mean, we did that knowing that we had the bribe. You just know it was not going to work though. Deep in your soul. I mean, we don't have anybody that can score, so you don't really want to bring this guy back in. Well, as I said, he's never going to level up. Oh dear, game. This is to make up for the last game, isn't it? Did you see, Cryo? We did a calculated foul with our white because we had the bribe. So first the foul had to go, you know, like roll a double, and then we had to roll a 1, right? So which of course we did both. And then he one die kills the guard ghoul. Yeah, it's it's a bit ridiculous. But now the plan is try not to get scored on and see what we can do second half. I think this is probably the way. Nice. Then I think we move here. And hypno-gaze him. Failing. You get up. Nice. Oh, come on, this would be so good. Nope, okay. We'll use our actual dirty player this time. Nope. Yeah, we've only got two injuries versus, well, 2 injuries in fairness. It's not enough. This is going to be a tough game. Humans are not that bad. When, you know, especially with as much guard as they've got going around. So there is potential here. I mean, if we can get in at half time 0-0, then, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he kind of tries to score quick, or if he's willing to try and grind it, because we should do okay in a grind, but we'll see. I mean, if he removes all our ghouls, maybe not. Don't think he's going to want to red dice that. Good player for that to drop onto. Yeah. Oh! Why no reroll there? What's he... Oh, is he going to try and blitz it? I don't understand the lack of reroll. I think he's realizing now that he should have rerolled it. Oh. What? Oh, just when I thought, oh, you know what, we're okay. Okay, so this is done. Well, what a half. I know, I know. Okay, we got our white back, that's something. I think we're down a player though. Didn't get either of his back, which I think puts him down a couple players, so we'll count it up in a minute, but could be worse in that sense. I think unusually we're going to put those guys on the line. We'll get you out there. You in here. Oh, we didn't get our guard zombie back, that's unfortunate. Okay, I'll be right back. I think my problem with Undead, and maybe this is a problem with Undead in general, I don't know. Like maybe, you know, it could be kind of one of their weaknesses, is that I feel like they really struggle if they don't get any kind, like if they don't sort of get the removal, get up in the removals, they really struggle to move, because whilst they can get guard, they can't get guard on as many players as a lot of teams. And whilst they have 2 strength 5s, everything else is strength 3 and quite, you know, most of it's not very agile, so it's... Yeah, not without some doubles. At least that's how it's kind of coming across to me, and maybe it's partially my playstyle. Is my kicker not on the field? Oh, is my kick... Did he injure this guy? Okay, he injured my guard. And then my kicker's KO'd, which is a real pity, because otherwise I'd pop it up in this corner, right? Because he's trying to quick score and then come back at us on defense. I think. Yeah. Yeah, basically. Oh, that would have been a great kick if it wasn't a high kick. Lucked out a little there. Right to him and he caught it. Imagine if it had been there, because he'd have been able to come down here, but he'd have had to come down and then throw it from there. Yeah, exactly. They do struggle with that, and then they struggle with zombies that, I mean, they don't obviously do a lot of anything. They just kind of suck up hits, really, don't they? And foul stuff. But, like, you know. That's kind of all they have. So he's really dedicated to this side. It looks like he's... Is he going to not throw it this turn? Or is he... Okay, he's just going to throw from far back, so if he fumbles, it's not so bad. I guess. I think I'd want to do it from close. Because then you've got the cover of having this guy here as well, to be able to use if you need him. Humans always succeed catches, by the way. Sideline caging. So I guess he's going to sideline cage and then plug the front. Maybe? I mean, this is very, Oh, and he's dodging through... Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, interesting. Not sure about that. Okay. So I don't like my chances of getting through here. So, I mean, really the tactic is just get in there and... Ooh, fouling that guy is kind of a nice thought. I'd like to get Luther back here as well. What would it take to get him free? Quite a lot, because we've got no extra guard there. Rats. Well, we could just dodge it. We could try and dodge him off at the end. Do we just try and break in the back here? I think we do, but not with that guy. I think we're going to have to use this. Oh, hang on. If he dodges across and hypno-gazes, does he have... He has, Yeah, but still, it's worth it, right? Oh, that is... Okay, I'm trying to make this as less destructive as I can if it goes wrong. I can't come in from this direction. Nice. We stay. That works. That works as well. Oh, I wouldn't mind a bit of armor breaking there. Okay, so this is a fiddly situation for him. We could have tried to pick up with the white, I suppose. I don't think he was banking on Hypno-Gaze. It was a bit of a scary maneuver because we had to dodge him off, right? But... Okay, so that lets this guy come... Well, I mean, not really. So it was worth bringing this zombie over. Right about that. Oh, is this guy agility too? Yeah, he is. Is he going for that? I mean, in fairness, what's he trying to do? I think he's trying to work out a way to maybe pop this guy onto the ball to see what happens. I'm not sure. Yeah, he is. He's going for the old scatteroo. Gets it. Okay. Does now have a 2 dice here. Oh, he could still score here. Okay, that's going to make it tricky. I'm not sure what that's for. Is he going to red dice this? Yep. This is off tackle as well. Okay, his more aggressive style is not being quite as horrifically effective at the moment. Tackle making him use a reroll. Did make it out though. And does have dodge to use on the second one. Okay. Let's think this through. It's going to be tricky to get rid of this guy. Fair enough. Oh, you're not actually giving an assist, that's right. Still worth having you there, I think. Yeah, he kind of got away with... Getting this catcher here was huge for him. Nice. Extra nice. Bit scary. There's a couple of guys I can't quite get out of the way right now, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything this turn. I think this... Okay, that really actually is a big deal. Bit scary, but paid off. Wonder if he's going to try a 1 dice into here to push him onto the ball, see what happens. I think that's what he's going for. I would have liked to have moved up on him, but I didn't know, like, getting the tackle off of the ball I didn't like. Well, that's definitely in a better position for him. So maybe I should have done it in the end. Because if he gets away, obviously we're in big trouble because we can't really get at him. I mean, this is the easiest way. Dodge gone, but that's the last dodge he needs. Nice. Okay. So, reevaluate. Don't really mind bringing this guy in. Oh, that's nice pair. And follow. Let's see if this works. It does. No dice there, he'll probably move here. He doesn't, okay. Stay. We'd have to re-roll this if it doesn't work. If it does work though, it's really good. Okay. Where's his tacklers? Here. He's movement 6 as well, which doesn't help. Does have a 1 dice here, which actually he could use to get guard on the ball. Then he's just got a 1 dice. So he could do 1 dice here, move up. Although, we've got guard here. So where does he come in from? Yeah, I think this is at this point looking good, but I don't want to get too overhyped because he's still got a few good players on the field that could cause us problems. The fact it's on the strength 4 blodge is good. Yeah, so he was kind of thinking what I was thinking. Even so, that was going to be tough. I guess the plan now is maybe to try and surround and make it difficult for us to advance. Oh, and maybe get a hit on this guy to base the ball. Hence why we're really trying to knock this guy over, because he's a pain. Yeah, and he's got rid of our only tackle. Oh, he's really got rid of him. That's 2 ghouls down this game. Like, permanently down. Okay. Okay, that's nice. Because it means we can do this. And this. Excellent. We will actually follow this one. I'd like to get the field with more guys, but I can't see a way right now, and his ogre is going to be a problem. Has he got diving tackle? Oh, he does. I knew that was going to cause us issues at some point. Yeah, we'll re-roll though, just in case. Nice. Yeah. I knew it was going to get us at some point. Should probably see if the ogre can mark us. Yeah. It was a bit of a risk, but at the same time, I mean, we'd have both fallen over, so it wouldn't have been the end of the world, because this guy wouldn't have been able to come around and come after us. And the theory here is he needs somebody to come get guard on here, otherwise he's on a 1 dice, even if he does like a blodge over. And if he doesn't blodge over, it's tricky, because he's gonna... let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He could technically make it, actually. But it's going to take 2 GFIs with the ogre. The other thing I could have done is run this guy here, so that... Well, then he'd have just probably dodged. Oh, I thought we had block from him. I was like, what is he doing? Oh, he just took the block. Okay. Yeah, the lack of ghouls that we've got is real bad. That was a crazy maneuver to make work. So now suddenly he can get some guys on us. Come on, fail a dodge. Thank you. Even better. I'll take that KO. Yeah, he double paired the mummy. He dodged off, double paired the mummy. Oh, this is a catcher, that's nice. Let's see, yeah, we'll get you here. Okay. Can't be blitzed there, at least. Let's see what happens here. Okay. Oh, that's a disappointment. If we had knocked both these guys over, I'd have this guy on the ogre. Oh, that's a disappointment as well. Okay, bit of a bad end to the turn there. Especially if we fail this. Okay, we didn't, so that's something. Yeah. So let's take stock here. He's got 403 KOs. We've got 403 KOs. So if everybody came back, that would put us, I think, 1 player up. It'd be nice if he failed something here and used a used his last reroll. That'd make me feel a bit better about going in. Yeah, I thought he might Apo that one. He was really thinking about it. Losing the movement and the edgy... Like, he's lost his two best guys for scoring, which is nice. Oh, it looks like he's going to just go for forcing us to score, perhaps. Oh no, he's going for the... Okay, he's going for the... I didn't think this was going to be a thing. Well, we have to wrestle here. That worked very nicely for him. Well, that keeps things interesting, eh? Did use his reroll. Unfortunately, it worked for him. Yeah, that could be worse. Although, you know, we'll see what happens here. We do have the Strength 5 Vampire here, which could be important. Okay, push works. A skull there would have been, like, really handy. I wonder if he's gonna... No, he's just gonna get back to the one dice. And the armor breaks. We'll take that. I guess we'll mark you, because I want to be able to bring this guy into the vicinity. No guarantees of anything right now, but... yeah. And I guess we'll come this way. Oh, he sent his Agi too to get it. I can't, part of me wants to try and push onto the ball, but I think the possibility it could go down in our half makes it not worth... Okay, that's really nice. Boy, if only he was part of the team, picking up with him would be great. There's honestly still an argument for it, but I think this guy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't want to GFI onto the ball and fall over or knock it off the field without a reroll that I can rely on. Having the vamp on it is about as good as we can hope for, I think. I wonder if he's gonna... I guess if he does come and mark the white, we're probably just gonna try and pick it up with the vampire. Are we gonna lose our third goal here? This has been a really bad game for... Oh boy! 3 dead goals, the game that killed our team. Okay, I'm actually thinking now that maybe picking up on the vamp is the way to go. Blitz the catcher, because the wrestler's obviously scary here, right? I know, it's... This is one of those where you don't really... We're not going to feel like we've really won. Gotta mark up the ogre. This guy can't really get anywhere useful. I guess we can fully mark the ogre here. It's not like I can get down to this guy. Yeah, I'm changing my plan on this because it's going to be too easy for him to get at us. Just got to make him run as far as we can. Can't outrun that guy, so we'll just come up to here and hope for the best. If he gets the vamp down, we just don't win. So I think he's going to 2 dice against with the catcher. It's going to be 3 dice against because he's strength 5. I'm not entirely 100% sure we'll get the win here. Something makes me feel like he's gonna, like... I mean, it's almost impossible for him here. But not quite, I think. Theoretically, he could knock over the vamp. Well, I suppose if he knocks over the vamp... well, we have sidestep, so we just sidestep back in. So that's one thing. Okay, so that makes it a lot. Yeah, this was the problem. That's why I put it on the vampire in the end. Oh, it's so hard to believe, isn't it? Just a push in here somewhere would be fine. Let's see. I guess we take the both down. It's one less person to work against. It's it's crazy. It's 2 GFIs, unfortunately. I guess we pop... I don't think it matters, but I guess we pop this guy here. I don't think he's really achieving anything. Oh, I think it worked. What a star player. I don't know how to feel about this game. It's very confusing. That's one of the most punishing wins I've had in a while, but honestly, it feels good to get the win out of that, because that was insane. Hopefully it was a good watch, because, you know, you don't have to have quite the same tension, you can just enjoy the insanity, right? Okay, we're gonna need all that money. Just when we had our ghouls exactly where we want them. Oh, and of course, Perch gets the level up. Maybe he'll get guard, then he'll be really good. So, in the end, he 8 to 6. He out armor broke us. I mean, he got 8 removals off 12 armor breaks to our 6 off 17, so he definitely did the better off that, which I think we felt during the course of the game. Just total insanity. That was honestly exhausting. I mean, you know, I will say fair play to him. He never gave up, and he went for broke, and honestly, for the most part, it worked. We just finally held in there long enough to, you know, sneak a win, but even that didn't feel like super deserved. So the problem is that these two guys, I mean, arguably this guy is worth keeping. I think there's honestly an argument, at least till we can replace him, he might be worth keeping, but the Russell guy with strength 2, I think he might have to just go. So yeah, we'll hold on to Sturgeon, we'll lose Guppy, we'll bring in, I guess I'll bring in 2 rookies. We can afford to bring in 2. So we'll do that. May as well get them going straight away. We're going to need them to level up fast. The good thing is ghouls actually level up pretty fast because they're usually the guys that score, right? So there is that. Would have been, having Xander for the whole game would have been pretty tasty. There were so many things that went wrong. The game got so crazy at the end that I forgot that we failed that bribe on that fell. We did at least, I think, remove the guy permanently, but at maybe too high a cost. It was a strength 4. Honestly, it wasn't a terrible trade. It's just that it probably shouldn't have been a trade overall. The game is really telling me I'm not a fouler. It does put us to 12-4-4, which has kind of put our record back up to a respectable place. Boy, yeah, you know what? I'm not too unhappy. This guy, oftentimes I actually don't use him to ball carry anyway, I just use him as kind of like extra strength and blitzing. So the lack of movement is obviously bad, but I think he's worth working with. This guy was really useful, theoretically, but yeah. I think we're gonna just go ahead, delete him straight off, so as not to be tempted. We'll buy a couple more in, and then we'll just have 1 sub for next game, theoretically. But that's honestly not too bad. 2 ghouls. It mean we'll kind of lean more into our bash tendencies. Losing the guard was the one that was really sad, because having that guard would have been real handy. But yeah, what a game. I'm exhausted. Thanks for hanging out and watching it, Cryo. Bit of a roller coaster, wasn't it? And I guess a shout out to, what's his name? Luther. Winning the game for me at the end there. Good old vampires. Gotta love them. Would a wizard and other stuff been better? Possibly. It would actually be interesting to see how it turned out if it went the other way. But I think that strength 5 and the hypno gaze, I mean the hypno gaze gave us the ball, right? Because we hypno gazed and broke into his cage, so I think Luther was kind of the key twice. So overall I'm really happy with what he did. But yeah, thanks. Have a good rest of the evening. Enjoy if you're still, it sounds like you might be otherwise preoccupied now, but enjoy the Star Wars if you're still playing that. And yeah, I will catch all you guys next time. I'll buy in some new ghoul meat. That's what they're for, they die. I mean, you gotta get used to that. They have no way of not dying, so you just have to allow them to die and just be okay with it. So that's what we're doing. And I'll catch you guys later. Have a good evening.